All right, this could be a little bit longer today, but not much. We are in Charlotte. We're currently at Charlotte Douglas at the gate. We're cold and dark. We're in the Preacher Pilot livery. Man, what a beautiful livery it is. Thanks to Bravo 737, who really, boy, they really made that nice. So thank you, Tony. So anyway, we are going to be flying to Atlanta. Short flight, but I thought this is just an instructional flight. Beginner pilots, get your notepads out, and I'm going to walk you through that. Good shot of the downtown Charlotte skyline. Beautiful place here, too. The city overall. And wow, what a beautiful livery there. So thank you, Bravo 737. Great job. We're flying on Xplane 12 on a 737 800 Zibo, and let's get into it. Here let's go ahead and we're cold and dark right now. Let's get the routine started. Drop the battery guard. Align our navigation, our IRS. We're going to go ahead and start the APU because we're going to be needing it. Make sure our collision lights on and our steady strobe, our position light steady's on. There we go. Putting smoking to auto, seatbelt to auto, right there. We don't have passengers yet. I just put it in that position. That's down. And normally I don't wait, but I'm waiting around to get good lights. See how that looks in the back. It's a beautiful evening here, Saturday evening in Charlotte. We're also going to be flying with Say Intentions. I thought maybe I'd give y'all a demonstration of how it works and what it does for us. There we go. Okay. We're not requesting IFR clearance quite yet, but we will. Right. So we get the APU going. Make sure that the APU bleed is on, open. Uh, bring down those hydraulics, just those two hydraulics. We're going to our FMS here, and we're going to put in our IRS information. I'm clicking on one of the GPSs here so I can enter that. There you go. You notice now all of a sudden we got pretty colorful lights. Um, I'm making sure that my ILS is set to something that's totally not related to the airport I'm at. I do that because I don't want it to interfere on takeoff. And let's go to our flight plan. And we're going to load our flight plan. Okay, we're going to activate that flight plan. Let's look at our legs here. What do we have? We have a discontinuity at the beginning. We're on the Tinsley departure, so we're going to fix that right there. And now we're going to go to our airside services. We're going to load our flight plan, activate that. And we're going to watch the magic. One thing I know that they fixed, it used to be when the fuel truck would come up, the hose would be attached and it would literally be like going alongside of the fuel truck. And I noticed it doesn't do that anymore. There you go. He finally pops in there. He's still like Flash when he gets out, but I noticed that they fixed it. All right, it's cool. Good job, guys. It's a nice airport, by the way. Even inside, uh, it's very detailed. This is a Nimbus airport. Let's go back inside. And here's where we're going to involve our ATC. Brian, you are in charge of all comms on this flight.
Got it, Steve. I'll handle all the comms from here on out.
And can you go ahead, Brian, and get us our IFR clearance?
I'll get our IFR clearance now.
See where our departure runway is.
I am working on that clearance. Stand by.
I'm getting our departure clearance. I have an iPad dedicated to Navigraph. Um, so if you're wondering what I'm looking at, and so we're going out on 18 left today. So I'm gonna place our flight directors on 180. Doesn't matter much on takeoff, but it's just a matter of awareness. Arm throttle there, and our flight directors are already armed, or on, not armed. And you see where this is a Zibo only for passenger boarding. Set no smoking, switch to off and then on. So we're going to do the off, and we should go to town.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, cleared to Atlanta via the Bob Z5 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect flight level 28010 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.35, squawk 4757. And we had to change your departure runway to 36 left.
Okay, I'll take 36 left. That's all right. It's a long way to 36 left, but I don't mind. We have to cross center runway to get there. Okay, so what was I saying about these? Okay.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross check and all call, thank you.
Our squawk code is 4757, and it's already been set by Brian. Right. Brian, while I'm finishing up a couple of things here, you can go ahead and get our push and start clearance. Okay.
I'll request pushback and start clearance now.
Our reserve is 1 hour, and then we're going to load our performance information.
Charlotte ground, Delta 123 Alpha Zulu.
Takeoff
Request
flaps,
clearance for
15.
pushback and engine start.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, pushback and engine start approved. Tail north. United 627.
And
negative.
142.
To runway 24 left via Delta 9 or Delta Delta 7 Echo 7. From United 2510, gate 7 requesting pushback. Still northwest, United 2510.
And we're off on a Tinsley departure. I think that hasn't changed.
Delta 7, Echo 7, United 627. I have traffic on taxiway Delta, United 627. Bel Air, Europe 521, push and start approved, tail east. Ground, Alaska 311 is ready to taxi to runway 22 right. Alaska 311, taxi to runway 22 right via Alpha, November, cross runway 15 right at your discretion. Ground United 627, ready for departure, runway 24 left.
See what this does to change our route. So we're on the Aussie
Alpha, November, cross
with Bob Z5. We're on Bob Z5. So we're going out on Bob Z. And our transition is Tinsley. We don't need a vector. Victor. And
2510, for your information, we're going to need cross fleet starts for the engine. Approved, United 2510, thanks.
so we're going to Lachens 269. So I am going to set my heading to 269. Okay. Anti-skid to RTO, and flaps are set to 15.
Las Vegas ground, Frontier 1123, taxi to the gate.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Taxi to Delta 34 via Alpha 6, cross runway 8 left, then Golf, Charlie.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
1123, thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, we got our tow coming.
Also being used as rentals. This aircraft has escape path lighting in the eye. Red lights or an exit sign will indicate you have reached an exit. In an emergency evacuation, leave all carry-on bags behind.
By the way, my craft is the lion and the lamb. You see why? You see the lamb? Isn't that cool?
While remaining seated with your seatbelt fastened.
Okay.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Right back to our V speeds. Sorry, I get sidetracked. This changed everything. 15. We're still at 142. That's okay. V speed is set. Our QNH is 2997.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected. Bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go. Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Cloud formations, by the way, look really good. This is all Xplane. I'm not using Active Sky, and I'm not using XP Enhance.
Alaska 62, clears to Sitka Rocky Gutierrez via the JNU 6 departure, then as filed, climb and maintain 3000. Expect 15,010 minutes after departure. Departure on 133.9 at Hawk 2742. Expect runway 8. Alaska 311, Catholic Chute Tower.
Graphically, I've pushed everything pretty far here. I have all the graphics, anything on the right side of the graphics screen pushed to the right completely. So full, pretty much everything.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
I'm running 99.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
64 gigs of RAM, and I'm running an RTX 4070 with just installed a new Samsung 2 terabyte SSD NV drive, and it really it's made the difference. I had a 1 terabyte before, about 3/4 full, and I noticed this has really made a difference. Okay, our lights are up. Yaw damper is on. Window heat. Probes are on.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Packs are on auto. Engine buses are activated, and our APU bleed is off. Our cruise altitude is 28,000 for our cabin pressure, and it is 900 feet elevation here, which this really doesn't matter, but I just do it for awareness. We're going to put engines on continuous for takeoff.
American 1315, Charlotte ground, push and start approved, tail east.
Charlotte ground, American 1315, gate Bravo 10, ready for push and start.
Bel Air Europe 521, taxi to runway 30 via Delta Zulu Yankee 11. Contact tower on 134.425 when ready for departure.
WestJet 898, get IFR clearance to
Brian,
Lost
you can get our taxi clearance.
I'll request taxi clearance now.
To runway 19 via hotel. Juliet.
Charlotte ground, Delta 123, Alpha Zulu. Ready to taxi. We have Papa.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, taxi to runway 36 left via Foxtrot, Mike Sierra, cross runway 36 center, then Whiskey 1.
Runway 36 left. Foxtrot, Mike Sierra, cross 36 center, then Whiskey 1. Delta 123, Alpha Zulu.
We can get there. So.
King Air 1961, ready to taxi to runway 19 right. Taxi to runway 19 right via Hotel Foxtrot 1. Ground United 2510, ready to taxi.
We need to turn around. They faced us the wrong way.
Ground Air Canada 426, ready for pushback and start. Air Canada 426, Vancouver ground, pushback and start approved. Face west. Ground United 2510, request taxi.
We're having to cut across runway, the center runway.
Request taxiway to go to the runway 34. What's up for the order? Taxi runway 30 left, Zulu Delta, cross 30 right, then cross 30 left, Whiskey Charlie, United 2510.
And this is we're about to cross over the 36. I guess it would be 36 center.
All aircraft information kilo is now current. QNH 1011.
If this were VATSIM, if we were on VATSIM right now, we would be asking clearance to cross on all these runways, but because we're not actually on VATSIM's rules, we don't have to. It's we don't have any imposing traffic.
Qantas 49 Hotel, taxi to runway 34 left via Golf Alpha, cross runway 07, then Alpha 6. Contact tower on 133.905 when ready for departure.
You realize how far this is to just get to the left runway? I think if you are in Charlotte right now, this would be the runway that is parallel to 485 bypass, which runs all the way around Charlotte. It's like the bypass that's around the whole entire city. It's about 40 miles. All right, we've got QNH set. Our flaps are already set to 5, and we will run through quick procedure or checklist to make sure our lights are correct.
Contact tower on
Our
118.2. Have a good morning.
packs are both on auto right now.
United 1805, San Francisco ground taxi to E1 via Quebec, cross runway 10 right, then Bravo 1, Alpha 7 Alpha. Have a good day.
I'll try to give you a perspective on where we are as soon as I get turned here.
Ground Delta 2431 Heavy vacated runway 16 right at Delta 5, request taxi to the gate.
See how far we are from the tower.
Delta 2431, heavy taxi to A45W via Delta 5, Whiskey Bravo, Bravo November Hotel. Have a great day.
That's neat. Is that railroad tracks? It's been there. I did not even notice that. It's cool. We're actually taking off, I think, on the entryway that like, the larger jets would take off on, but
Whiskey via Delta 5, Whiskey Bravo, Bravo November Hotel.
with that little engine that could.
Heavy.
Qantas 49 Hotel, cross runway 07 approved.
Everybody confirm we're on 36 left. And Brian, would you get our takeoff clearance? Right. Last briefing. Currently we're
I'll request
4757.
takeoff clearance now.
We're TCAS is on. We're set for 28,000, but we'll be taken up with VNAV. We've set our speed on here to 142. That lines up with our V1 speed.
Runway 24,
Flaps are at 15. RTO is active.
Charlotte Tower, Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, holding short of runway 36 left. We are ready for departure.
Chronometers cameras are set. Here we go.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, Charlotte Tower, runway 36 left, winds 240 at 5. RNAV LAC in, cleared for takeoff.
I love that guy's accent.
Bel Air Europe 521, Dulles Tower, runway 30, winds 310 at 19er, gusting 34. RNAV rings cleared for takeoff. Runway 36 left, RNAV LAC in, cleared for takeoff. Delta 123 Alpha Zulu.
From the 19er, New Zealand 926, bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the flight deck, welcome aboard our flight today. We're wrapping up the final paperwork here to get you on your way momentarily. I want to thank you so much for your company, and this is we invite you to sit back, relax, and again, welcome aboard.
119.2, Northwest 14 Echo.
Beautiful. This is a beautiful airport, by the way. Great time of the day. All right. Everything looks good. Toga.
Body Tower, speedbird 676, hold in shore, runway 25. 1507, welcome to Frankfurt, contact ground on 121.805.
Rotate.
Speedbird 676, runway 25, wind 330 at 5.
Gear up.
Takeoff.
I see 485 to our left there.
South Carolina has a 2 to 24 hour hold.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, contact departure on 125.35.
Within 2 hours. If it's not imminent danger,
Switching to departure on 125.35, Delta 123 Alpha Zulu.
24 hour hold. That's what we didn't pull over.
Went down more.
Charlotte departure, Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, evening, climbing past 2000.
Is not okay. She said they got 24 hours to do that investigation.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, Charlotte departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 200.
It is not for chocolate.
Climb and maintain flight level 200. Delta 123 Alpha Zulu.
Her TO is off. And where we're going now is where our first waypoint is Laken. Wow, that's good. All right, we need to check our arrival settings. A lot of things are going to happen kind of fast here. We are only 184 miles from the airport, so we're going to be coming in on 26 right. Unless something changes. And that puts us, let me get our approach info.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Coming in on Aussie 1.
Contactez Guangzhou Control sur 134
Our transition
Climb and maintain
is
flight level 280. Delta 123 Alpha Zulu.
Levy.
American 1264, heading 110 acknowledged. Continue as instructed.
Heading 170, and we'll expect vectors to the RNAV 27 approach 20 Foxtrot Echo.
I don't know if our transition's correct. Check that.
Requesting flight following VFR.
I think we're okay.
Altitude is 400 feet.
That means that our ILS settings will be 110, 110.10 at a 275 approach.
Proceed direct CFCDV down to 2,200, 2200. Good to establish clear the approach. American 1264. Established with a 64116.
Anti-skid set to 2 for that, our arrival. Okay, so anyway, 110.10.
Swift 1814, proceed direct Honda. Descend and maintain 3600. Altimeter 29.94 until established on the localizer cleared for the ILS runway. 25 left approach.
Okay. Our ILS settings are set. I should have had my landing lights off at 10,000 and I got sidetracked, but everything else stays the same.
Caravan 8 Foxtrot Echo, contact Philadelphia, approach on 123.8.
We're landing altitudes 1,026, so we'll put it at 1,000.
Beechcraft 23 November, say again, Beechcraft 23 November.
And we just put our airplane on STD. Don't judge me.
Say current barometer QNH.
Right, now we're going to go to our descent. See if I can pull down our
79.
winds. Cool, we got winds. And we're going to need the QNH for Atlanta.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, contact Atlanta Center on 132.625.
Switching to Atlanta Center on 132.625. Delta 123 Alpha Zulu.
QNH is 3008 in Atlanta.
Atlanta Center, Delta 123 Alpha Zulu evening, climbing through flight level 240 for flight level 280.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, Atlanta Center, good evening.
Center maintain flight level 180, 036 so far.
we'll start our descent at about another 40 miles.
American 119 Heavy. I need you at flight level 360, sir.
How's it go?
You just told me to go to 400, and that's what I'm doing.
I love those cloud formations. It's pretty amazing.
Taro 3604 heavy descent.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, Atlanta Center, expect to descend in about 10 minutes. Expecting to descend in about 10 minutes. Delta 123 Alpha Zulu.
See that? That's actually a dangerous cloud, and I think we're about to go right through it. I don't know if I want to do that. We need to keep an eye on that. See this right here? See that cloud cell? That's at our moon. And we're about to go right through it. Keep an eye on it. Okay.
Continue on the arrival, but we would like to change from the ILS to the visual approach 36 right. Atlanta Center, reach 683 heavy request.
Reach 683 Heavy, go ahead with your request.
But continue on the eclipse for arrival, but get the vectors for the visual runway 36 right approach.
I think we're going to be going over that storm, but if you look at it, we're like literally right over it.
2704. Descent flight level 170.
Yeah, we are. We're okay. Yeah, we're okay. We're missing the darker one cell that's to our left.
November 247 Foxtrot Echo 2, 7,000 feet.
Radar, KLM 2704, inside level 300.
Foxtrot 180, descend and maintain flight level 0.
Okay, we are waiting for, we're kind of play it by the numbers or by the book. Oh, we're at 118 miles out of Atlanta. Our approach is, I like our approach because we are not doing a lot of left and right turns. All we're going to do is make one right turn and go right in on runway 26. Let's see.
Bel Air Euro 521. Expect the camera for arrival. I will have you descending in about 20 minutes. ALM 2704. Room radar. Identified. Good morning.
We've started our descent, should have you on the ground in about 15 minutes. Want to thank you so much for your company and business, and hope to see you again with us sometime very soon.
It's really not going to be 15 minutes when we start our descent. Okay, just so you know. Brian, would you please get our clearance to go ahead and begin our descent on the Aussie 1 arrival?
Requesting descent clearance on the Aussie 1 arrival now.
Iberia 1 Miner Bravo. Descent altitude 10,000. QNH 1024.
Atlanta Center, Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, requesting descent clearance for the Aussie 1 arrival.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu. Descend via OZ1 into Atlanta.
Descend via OZ1 into Atlanta.
Ozzy.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu.
Aussie. Whatever. And we're about 97 miles out of Atlanta. I always get dinged for turning on my lights too early or too late, my landing lights. And the airline I work for is 10,000 feet, the virtual airline. So we're going to try to hit it around 10 to 12,000. fuel level is good. This was not a. I mean, this we're not burning very much fuel between Charlotte to Atlanta. Most of your fuel's burned on the takeoff.
Clearing the year 1123 with information Sierra and Asheville Regional Airport will
Looks like we have a crosswind, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Here's the performance radar vector is good. Then it's final time switch south, next 17 south, 10 minutes after departure, departure 125.8, squawk 3446, Ziggy 1123.
Air 1123, read back correct.
Air Canada 436, Seattle Center. In about 10 minutes, I'll start your descent. Notify if you're ready to descend before that.
American 119 Heavy, contact Los Angeles Center on 134.575.
American 2875. Descend and maintain 16,000. Altimeter 29.80. Los Angeles Center, American 119 Heavy. Flight hold forward.
Some of the radio traffic you're hearing is actual.
119 Heavy. Los Angeles
It's real radio traffic within, say, intentions, but it's not AI traffic.
7 Sierra Delta. Contact Denver Center on 128.375.
Delta 779 Heavy, contact Anchorage Center on 124.6.
We're on the wing waypoint, followed by the Aussie waypoint, and we are 70 miles from Atlanta.
Cactus 610. Contact Salt Lake Center on 132.25.
We're currently at 250 knots at about 220. We will be making a turn for our final, in not too far, probably about another 40 miles. ILS frequency is set. Anti-skid is set to 2. Brake is armed. And we have been in the air a total of 25 minutes.
Frontier 108, expect descent in about 10 minutes. Frontier 108, descend and maintain flight level 340.
Alaska 311, Boston Center, good evening.
Spirit Room 55, Boston Center, expect the Part 3 arrival. Prepare to descend in roughly 10 minutes.
Speedbird 676, contact Brindisi radar on 128.3.
Speedbird 676, Brindisi radar identified. Good evening.
I have our descent based on using a VNAV is basically managing our descent. Our waypoints are as follows. Winning, like for instance, here is the one we're going toward. The next hard altitude or required altitude is at 9,000 when we reach Calla. And then from there, you see where Posey is at or above 8,000. Each one of these waypoints has an at or above.
521 Washington Center, good evening.
By the time we hit Bamboo, though, we'll be on ILS. We'll be locked in on ILS.
Hotel. Resident center identified. Good morning.
Right. Got the signal, so we're switching to QNH of 3008.
Washington Center. Descend and maintain 15,000. Altimeter 29.901.
Tornado 7 Sierra Delta. Contact Denver Center on 128.375.
Good morning, Kodiak, November 247, Foxtrot Echo with you, $7.
Resident center. Climb flight level 390.
We're at 16,000, and normally I wouldn't do this, but I'm going to go ahead and activate landing lights. Light up our craft, and everything else is set.
Reykjavik control. Expect the DView 3 kilo arrival. I'll have you descending in about 20 minutes. Notify if you're ready to descend before that. Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, contact Atlanta approach on 124.6.
Denver Center on 128.375. Tornado 7 Sierra Delta.
Atlanta approach Delta 123 Alpha Zulu evening. We're descending through 16,000. Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, Atlanta approach. Good evening. Atlanta altimeter 30.06. Expect the ILS runway 26 left approach into Atlanta via Boykin.
We weren't expecting 26 left. We were expecting 26 right. Not terribly stressed about it. Let's fix this. Fix it. Does mean we need to change our ILS frequency to 10870. Okay. And let's see here. All right, all good. Right.
Air Canada 8993. Climb and maintain flight level 330.
Griffin Center on 118.875. TLX 5582.
All right. Okay. So what's happened there is ATC threw us a curveball, and we were expecting runway 26 right, but instead we're coming in on 26 left. I've changed our ILS frequency to match our runway, and I have that it won't change anything else. I think we're still okay.
Contact Lannister Tower on 135.18.
make sure we don't have any
Foxtrot 180,
discontinuities.
approach on 124.075.
6 left. No, we're good.
5 Papa Victor Heavy, Trenton approach, descend and maintain 3000, turn right. Heading 045 vectors for the ILS, runway 22 right approach. Foxtrot 180, descend and maintain 4000, turn right heading 020 vectors for the RNAV, runway 24 approach.
It looks like VNAV is beginning to
Houston departure, climb and maintain flight level 270.
bring our speed down, which is supposed to be. But we're supposed to be at 240.
Right, 020,
And at,
vectors for the
so
RNAV
all good.
runway 24 approach. Foxtrot 180.
And turn right.
Maintain 4,000, Southwest 73.
All right, I think we're at a required 9,000 foot
Papa Victor Heavy.
at or above.
Kennedy approach on 125.7.
So you see here, well, actually that says 8,000, but just counting, it should drop. I'm not intervening. He's got it.
Au Cap 300 jusqu'à être établi sur le localizer. Autorisé pour l'approche ILS, piste 32. Contact Memphis Center on 133.85, fiber down traffic.
Echo Zulu X-ray, contact Montreal departure on 127.85.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, Atlanta approach, descend and maintain 8,000.
Descend and maintain 8,000, Delta 123 Alpha Zulu.
Iberia 19er Bravo, contact Barajas Tower on 118.08.
We're 236.
5 Papa Victor Heavy, Kennedy approach. Good morning, Newark Liberty.
All right, we're good.
29.71.
And I'm going to flaps 5.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, proceed direct marked, descend and maintain 4,000. Altimeter 30.09er until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS, runway 26 left approach.
Direct mark, descend and maintain 4,000, altimeter 3009er until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 26 left approach. Delta 123 Alpha Zulu.
All right, you heard that. He's
Approccio ILS X-ray, pista 3 destra, Venizelos.
Giant 9415. Contact Tokyo Control on 119
we do need to watch our speed. Okay, we are.
Foxtrot 180 Papa, currently at 8,700 feet, descending to 4,000 feet.
Foxtrot 180 Papa, Bradley approach. Good evening, Bradley altimeter 29.901.
29.901, Foxtrot 180.
And we're going to be activating our approach.
Italia 1542, continuate come autorizzato.
And I'm going to put a quick fix in here.
India 34
Way
descent to
26
2,500
left.
QNH 1 014. Enter establish on localizer, cleared for ILS runway 35.
right approach, KLM 2704.
Southwest 15480. Climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb flight level 300.
And landing gears out.
Descend and maintain 6,000.
Delta 714, turn right, heading 295.
Turning right, heading 295. Delta 714.
And we're on ILS. And I'm taking the speed.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, contact Atlanta Tower on 119.1.
Alright, we're locked in on ILS. Right now we're on approach. Currently at flaps 25. Our VREF is 138, 40 flaps. We are stable. We're within the 10-mile ring. Okay, so you know the saying, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west.
2500.
We're looking to the west right now, and I'm so grateful for an ILS frequency.
Right, 035, Foxtrot, 180.
I will take the throttle at 1,000 feet.
KLM 2704, contact Cape Tower on 127.625.
JetBlue 7, climb and maintain flight level 240. Thank you.
Right, we're stable. We can see the runway.
Hold that for Delta 9902 Heavy.
Delta 9902 heavy.
That's us
Climb
right
and
there.
maintain flight level 320.
2 white, 2 red. We're good.
Climb and maintain flight level 320, Delta 9902 Heavy.
What they say, 4 red, you're dead.
Going over to center, 27.125, Delta 9902.
Tower 3604 Heavy, expect the ILS runway 28 right approach into San Francisco.
I'm gonna approach Indian Road 3604 Heavy at 14,500, descending to 11,000. Good afternoon.
Right, we're about to hit 1,000. We're good.
1,000 feet, stabilized, identified. Good afternoon, San Francisco altimeter 29.88.
Throttle, auto throttle's off. I have the throttle.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, contact Atlanta Tower on 119.1.
Switching to Atlanta Tower on 119.1. Delta 123 Alpha Zulu. Atlanta Tower, Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, evening. We're established on the ILS for runway 26 left approach.
Delta 123 Alpha Zulu, Atlanta Tower, roger. Winds 300 at 6, gusting 16. Runway 26 left, cleared to land.
Looking good. Looking good.
Cleared to land, runway 26 left. Delta 123 Alpha Zulu.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 80 knots.
All right. All right.
We'll be passing for the next few minutes, so please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. And all items stowed until the seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure you have all your personal belongings before you exit the aircraft, and be careful when opening the overhead compartment. You're now free to use your mobile phones and small lightweight devices. Thank you for flying with us today. We hope you've had a pleasant experience, and we look forward to welcoming you again.
It's good landing. Good landing. Smooth. Go find us a gate, and we'll do a replay. Let you see the landing one last time before we go. Welcome to Atlanta, hot Atlanta.
Delta 3 Alpha Zulu, welcome to Atlanta. Contact ground on 121.65.
Right. First thing I do when I hit an airport like this, and we're at the gate, is I start the GPU, or I connect to a GPU, set my chocks. We're going to go to ground power, and then I'm going to take down the fuel, or cut off the fuel. I'm going to cut off lights. Bring up the seat belts. Seat belts are off. Cut off the probes. Packs off. This is where it gets real quiet. And last thing it's looking for from me is
Flight attendants prepare for takeoff, please.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Delta 398, contact departure on 121.225.
Okay, 121.225, Delta.
Delta 24, you're leaving the Bravo airspace. Remain outside the Bravo. Frequency change approved.
Looks good. Okay, and last thing before we go, let's take a quick look at that landing. Last one.
Iberia 1212 Heavy, Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk Tower. I copy you.
I want to say this. So you see where we are on the runway, and we didn't touch down at what I call the sweet spot. But I think I would rather be a little late, knowing I have a long runway. I just feel a lot more comfortable with that. Let's see what Zibo thinks of that landing. Let's just give it a look.
Iberia 1212 Heavy, cleared to Incheon via the Kano 3
So we got a good
departure.
for approach.
Climb and
I thought
maintain
the
9,000.
landing rate.
Expect flight
We
level
got a great for landing rate.
4010 minutes after
Good.
departure.
I'll take it.
Departure on 120.6 squawk 2756. And a change to your departure runway this time. You can expect runway 19er.
Alright, so we're going cold and dark, and this is the end. And we will see you on the next flight. This is signing off from Preacher Pilot's Craft.